Alright guys, today I want to do a quick breakdown on how Idoncast was made. This song is by Shallipopi and the great Odumodu Blvck. So without wasting much of your time, if you are new to this channel, make sure you click on the subscribe and drop a like and a comment to support this channel. So let's get right into the video ASAP. Now for this beat, I don't know what software was used, but I'm certain that making this beat in FL Studio was really fun. Now here in FL Studio is all that I saw and figured and listened to when I was trying to remake the beat. And the first thing was trying to locate this sample here. This is the main sample for the song itself. So the producer Busy, big shout out to Busy for doing this crazy stuff. I know that he's a genius and he made most of the hit song for Shallipopi, so I have to give him a big shout out. So here we have, I added the kick to give it more depth. This bounce is really crazy. Then this is the main sound that came at the intro and somewhat at the end. And this sound is from a plugin called GMS. This is a stock plugin in FL Studio and it's called the Groove Synthesizer Model. It's really cool. I've been using it for a long time. This is a sound called bleeper under the bass section. Here you see the it's a bleeper and this is what it sounds like. So together with the drum, this is what it sounds like. Most of the beat was made with GMS because it's an Amapiano groove. I'll be making a video about the best stock plugins for making Amapiano. Most of the sounds are stock plugins, funny enough. Then I used this sound to follow it up still from GMS. This one is the Diablo TE, but inside of the sound, inside of my piano roll, I had to give it a boost from the velocity range here. This is the notes here, and accompanied with this one, this is what it sounds like. So the beat is full of a lot of effects. We're talking about the likes of these risers here and the likes of this crash, Amapiano crash, just to introduce a next side of the beat. So hear this together, it transitions. And that gives the song some kind of lift. Then we have this side where the beat starts, where the verse starts, and it has some kind of a GMS bass growl. And it's still the Diablo from GMS. Now the Diablo sound, I always use them because they have this command. It feels really intense. It gives it a cinematic feel. Listen to this one. On a lower octave. So the moment they introduce this one now, it sounds like this. Already with this one, the beat is already sounding so much good, but the producer did not stop at that. So I figured later at the end that there's this riser here that went like this. It took me a couple hours to discover this on the internet, but you know, I give you the best remake tips. I had to look for it. Then adding it with the former one, this is what it sounds like. I just played around with the volume just not to make it clash. Look, I dropped down the volume at this point just to make it not clash. And together with this is what it sounds like. Let me turn the drum on. Okay, then there's another part of the song where if you don't listen closely, you might not notice. We have a downlifter here. This is a downlifter. So a downlifter is like an effect that goes down. It's not a riser. A riser goes up, and downlifter is the sound that just makes the beat sound like, okay, you know what? This part is supposed to be dynamic. So if you listen to the full beat here, you'll see that they introduce some other kind of snare at the second part, just barely 4 bars after the main intro started. So this is it. It complements everything at this point here. If you're not using downlifters in your beats, you might start needing it because it's really good. It makes the beat sound professional. So I added this little snare at this point. This is it. The beat is really easy. It's not that complicated, but the artist on it, you know, sometimes it's not about the complication of a beat, it's about who is singing on it. So when I was remaking it, I was like, wow, this is a major beat that just needs to breathe, you know. So this is the part where the it don't cast started coming into play, and this is what it sounds like. So the difference between this part and the first part is that the lock drum was introduced, and I don't know how accurate this is, but from my own trial, this is the lock drum section. Let me play what I have here. So some of you will be asking what's the secret behind making the lock drum sound thick and strong. It's because I just did a little bit tweaking, and what I did was add 2 lock drums together. I'll make a tutorial on how you can make your lock drums stand alone and sound really full. But for this remake breakdown, I'm just showing you the basics. Now, in my lock drum settings, I made sure that the amplitude section and the attack is reduced, and then I increased the decay a little. That way, you see this curve just looks a little bit triangular. Then here, played with the chorus, played with the fine, and the Velsen is the way it is, and I took down this THRU. I don't know, this might sound like further mathematics, but that's just what I use without really compromising the ideas of lock drums. Then for this part, I increased the decay. This is the first one. This is like a bass. It sounds bassy, just to make it sound like an 808. And the second one is the high side. Can you listen to the difference? Dum, dum, dum. So I played with the velocity right here just to give it a little bit a difference in velocity range. So it comes like this and goes up. This is a technique that has been used for years, both in trap and in Afrobeats. Now it's in an Amapiano. It's application of trying to see that there's a balance in all the audio waves here. So you can just do this by coming down and clicking on the velocity range. Look, but I might just have to undo this so I don't mess around with what's here. So the lock drums are being doubled, the high side and the low side. This is a technique being taught by a friend of mine, and it's been working ever since. So since I've mixed the lock drum from on top of this side of the plugin, this is a DX10 plugin. I did not do anything here. So the lock drum is just plain, there's nothing on it. But if you know there's another method that we can use, please let me know in the comments. So this is a complete 8 bar of, this is a complete 16 bar of awesomeness. It's all different from here to this part. I'll be leaving the zip so you guys can study it, but this is what it sounds like. So this is the lower side of the lock drum. I heard it in Asake's song and I really loved it. You just put the lock drum, you play the lock drum normal on a normal octave, then you take it down. The lower you take it, the more bassy it sounds. It makes the song really sound a little bit dark, but that darkness gives it a vibe, a sensation. Then we have the break here. Woo! So man, like, this beat is amazing and it's really easy, guys. Trust me, you don't need to do so much to get a hit track. I learned this the hard way. You know, making beats, I always thought that the most complex beats make the biggest announcement once they go out. But it's not like that this modern day. So there's a snare here, just to support it. I don't know if this snare is sounding really great. I still don't feel like this is the best option of snares. But it kind of slaps, and I'm glad that I attempted to do this stuff this way. So this is what it sounds like with these guys. We have the downlifter here too, and then the crash. wow, this is so crisp. It's so cool that once I started making this beat, I felt like, yo, you know what, I gotta share it with you guys. So if you are new to this channel, please click the thumbs up and subscribe, because I'll be doing a lot of breakdown for you guys. So this same arrangement repeated itself here for the Odumodu Blvck's verse. So he had his own moment. He did a 16-bar rap, and Shallipopi came back again to drop some kind of very amazing hook where everyone is going to get carried along. This song is going to really go places because it has this formula of retention. You hear, it don't cast, it don't cast, it don't cast. You don't have an option but to groove to it. So please guys, this is a takeaway note. If you are making a song, do not let the verses stay too long. It gets boring. Just make sure you go straight to the point and deliver what you have to deliver. The beat speaks for itself. Once you have a very good drum loop that is hitting hard, the rest is the artist's work. And you need to get a very easy melody. I don't hear so much melody in this beat because I'm a piano beat, but the ones I hear, like the ones that I hear, are already giving a very amazing, awesome tune. So yeah, this is what it sounds like in total. So yeah, there's not much on these beats, but I won't leave this tutorial without showing you guys how I improvised the roll in this part. So there's a roll in the intro. I tried getting it. It took me a lot of trials, but I finally did. And this is what it sounds like. So basically, I had to design that loop itself. I conjoined two separate loops, chopped it up, and don't worry, this is a crossfade from the new FL Studio. It's not really dangerous. Once you overlap two sounds, it begins with the crossfade just to make it not give you issues. So this is it, lower octave one and the higher octave sample. So that way from the beginning, this is what it sounds like. Yo, now I'm sure for most of you guys that are still new to FL Studio, you'll be confused about some of the things you see here, but it is just a breakdown. It is not really 6,000% accurate, so just take this as a giveaway tutorial where I'm telling you what I think is in the song. And if there's anything you should observe from this, it is the arrangement. So this song itself is not a long song, it's not boring. It is a very catchy song that is groovy, and I'm sure this song is going to disturb the nation very soon, because Shallipopi is going hard and his album just came out. So if you notice something about the song, you'll figure out that the arrangement is quite simple. Here we have a 12-bar verse, and we have the hook, which is another 12 bars. Okay, the hook is 16 bars. Then we have this side. Okay, no, I think in total the hook is 12 bars. Then OdumoduBlvck started around this side. I would have played the song, but for copyright purpose, I won't be doing that. So here we have the Odumodu verse, which is also like 12 bars. Then the end of the song, which the hook repeated itself to one and a half because it ended here. Yeah, and that's it. Simplicity always wins. 2 verses and 2 hooks, and a hit song is made. So if you know you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and drop in the comment what you think. To support you guys, I'll be giving you the zip file of this beat so you guys can just check it out, explore, and do your stuff. For your information, all the sounds are in your FL Studio. It's a stock plugin beat. I did everything from scratch with the stock plugins, so you guys will see that it's really possible to make bangers without going outside. So yeah, make sure you click on the subscribe and give me a thumbs up. Let's go.